Lord willing, this is gonna be short. Get straight to the point. So shalom to the ones that might be watching this later. Shalom to the brothers and sisters that's probably on now. Um, but first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth in the same spirit, Lord willing that you all continue to endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwat Young believers of his faith and his truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. Right? You see the title of this lesson. I'm gonna just read what I wrote. It's okay. This truth was not made for everyone to believe. And this lesson is truly inspired by the conversation I had with my brothers, is so-called that's in the world. They're not, in this truth, and it's all by Yahweh by Shem Shai. Um, I didn't bring this up; it got brought up, and brother was speaking crazy uh, in directions about Yahweh Shem Shai. The last thing he said when I was leaving was just crazy when he said Yahweh Shai had 7 stones, and he was comparing it to Thanos having 5 stones. I'm like, wait, what? Show that in the Bible. Then he said that from all creation, from the beginning, nobody had a language, nobody was speaking, though we were all speaking telepathically, right? My least favorite would be Edomites, saying that we were speaking telepathically. Show that in the Bible, that there was no language, it was no Hebrew, no nothing, that we was all speaking telepathically. Oh man, nah, man, that man, you just believing what the white man said. Like what? No, no, I'm not going to anything that the so-called white man said. We can't say that the Bible is a white man book, because that same book will tell you that that the Lord hate Esau and how he care about the other nations. So telepathically, he was wrong on that. And then want to bring out scriptures, and I went to Isaiah 20, that if a man don't speak according to this word, there's no light in him. Better yet, I'm gonna go to that right now. This is Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Right? If any man or any woman is not speaking according to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, is no light in them. So even having conversations with men and women, even with family members, this going for anybody in this thing. Not just me, not just him down the street. This is just motivating to just to do another lesson. Every day, the Lord allows us to see that this truth is not made for everybody, and the Lord will show you that even your family wasn't even chosen. Right? People that you're close to, friends that you build a deep connection with, they wasn't called in this thing. Right? So that right there in its own shows the mercy of Yahweh Shem Shai, that we're able, that the ones that are able to get this and grow in this thing, that's mercy of Yahweh Shem Shai. So I'm gonna go to this one. This is St. John, the seventh chapter, starting at verse 1. It says, after these things, Yahweh Shai walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him. Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. His brethren therefore said unto him, Depart hence, and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. For neither did his brethren believe in him. Right? Uh, uh, Brethren, talk about men and women. Right? When you read the top of this chapter, it says the disbelief of Yahweh's brothers. Right? Yahweh came in this thing, and his own people of his own king, didn't even believe in him. Right? You can go to Mark the 6th chapter just to prove that too. You know, who is the elders, or who am I, or any other brother that that your relatives might like this truth. Now, if any of our relative or our friends do, through the spirit, they was called in this thing. Lord willing that they chosen. You know, all of us don't have that chance. Again, it goes back to the lesson I did earlier. It's the mercy of Yahweh Shem Shai if He allow you to get this truth. Right. This is Mark the 6th chapter, verse 1. It says, and he went out from thence and came into his own country, and his disciples followed him. And when the Sabbath day was come, he began to teach in the synagogue, and many hearing him were astonished, saying, from whence have this man these things? And what wisdom is this which is given unto him, that even such mighty works are wrought by his hand? Is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James, and Jose, and of Judah, and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us? And they were offended at him. But Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, but in his own country, and among his own kin, and in his own house. And he could there do no mighty works, save that he laid his hands upon a few sick folks and healed them. And he marveled because of their unbelief. And he went around about the villages teaching. Right. So he understand that people of his own country, of his kin, in his own house, are going to be unbelievers. So even with you, men and women in this thing, every day, it doesn't matter what level you get in this truth, how long you've been in this thing, it's supposed to be a norm for us to know that everybody is not going to believe. Everybody is not going to get it. Everybody wasn't made to come in this truth and understand it. Everybody's going to have their own philosophy, thought, or they might have their own opinion or their own point to say what is true and what is not. You know, brothers think that uh that I forgot what this man was saying. He was talking about something about before the Hebrews, everybody was having powers. Something crazy. There's a lot of people are going to believe in fairy tales. And if you go into the scriptures, some people are going to either say it's a white man's book, or why do you go into the Bible? Because we believe. It's because of faith. And that makes a difference. Everybody believes that if they smoke a blunt, it's going to take their problems away. Or if I drink, it's going to take my problems away. It's going to only soften those problems. But as soon as you sober up, them problems still going to be there. You know, this whole world is not going to love Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Let me actually get that in 2nd Ezra 15, right? Just to prove that point. Wow, the Lord put this all in a book, really to show you that you should be reading, right? Instead of just doing shabba dabba ding dong out your mouth. This is 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, verse 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Hashem Shai. And daily, the men of the Lord is bringing forth prophecy out their mouth. Family, friends, somebody next door, the neighbors, they're not going to comprehend these prophecies, right? Because they might not have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Shai dwelling in them, right? Verse 2, it says, and cause them to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true. Right? You have to first believe that these words are faithful and true to go in these scriptures and actually read them and believe that they true. Right? Well, what is the I think it's 2nd Timothy. Yeah, I think I want that one. Second Timothy, the 15, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So truly, you're supposed to believe that the Lord wants you to study this word, right? When you go to Revelations, the classic, Revelations, the first chapter. Come on, man. The Lord says, blessed is he that readeth, right? Revelations 1 and 3, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy. So you're blessed if you read, you're blessed if you hear the words of the prophecies, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So if somebody teaching you this and you're hearing it, blessed is so that hear these prophecies and do them. So after you hear them and you actually apply them in your life, you put them on your mind to meditate on them, you are blessed. Then you put into action just with hearing it and doing them, that now you're about to start reading. The Lord didn't give us this book just to collect dust or just to phrase precepts, right? Sometimes we can phrase or quote precepts and it could be wrong. That's the whole point of us reading. You know, we cut all worldly wisdom, right? That's in First Corinthians. And I'm just moving efficient because I'm waiting for some food. I'm moving with a efficient, but trying to be sincere about it. So, Lord willing, you catching everything that's being said. Okay, this is First Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribes? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God, right? Just even if you searching stuff on the internet, which is fine, but if anything does not bring you back to going in the Bible, quoting and bringing forth book chapter verse, right? That's the wisdom of this world, and the wisdom of this world knew not God. So if anything is not bringing you back to these scriptures, to these testimonies, you are not speaking of any circumstances that pertain to the Lord and the children of the Lord. It said it pleased God by the foolishness of wait, hold on, and have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world, right? The things that is foolish in the things that is foolish in this world, Salaki, the things that the Lord made that is foolish is the wisdom of this world, right? A lot of men and women need to understand that number one wisdom is the wisdom that comes from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Solomon said it best in Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 6. Without thy wisdom, we are regarded as nothing. We are nothing. We need to literally get that in our head. You know, my other brother, you know, the oldest one, Tucker, you know, speaking to him, and he was hearing it. I was giving somewhat prophecies. I don't really like trying to drown them. I got better because sometimes you be wanting to drown somebody or phrase, quote scriptures. But a lot of times where I could see that some people might not have an interest or really want to go into scriptures, that somebody want to hear you read book, chapter, verse, I'll just quote them and then talk about it and see the excitement so that the next time we'll talk about it. And, you know, just seeing this as in this moment goes back to the video I did earlier. If anybody was watching the page, gotta be thankful for the mercy of Yahweh Shemal Shai, because you have gotten the truth. It doesn't matter if you get it from a week from now, or you get it tomorrow, or you get it from a year from now. As soon as you get this truth, that is mercy from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Don't take that lightly. Don't take it lightly. We should always take this serious. Be sincere when this word is coming out, right? And even for us, you know, when you do got this truth, you should be knowing that somebody not gonna get it. This is why, in most cases, uh, uh, conversation that pertain to the scriptures with people that don't care is no need to bring it up. That's why I said in the beginning, you know, I didn't bring this up. It was just something crazy that came up. And so now instead of me being able to flood them and say, "No, brother, you going off, man, you bugged out," the spirit allowed me to bring forth a video so I can just let all my thoughts and what I heard, right, and give understanding on this side, right? Because that was bugged out. But that person is not going to understand it because they're going to think that they're right. You know, I can't do nothing, you know, but go to the counsel of the words of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, to give understanding on anything that I'm saying, right? Because this wisdom, this knowledge is not of me, right? It's all of the Lord. Actually, let me get Wisdom of Solomon, the 10th chapter, verse 21, because I didn't have this wisdom. Okay. Let me get this last one. I gotta go. I'm Salaki, y'all. This is Wisdom of Solomon, the 10th chapter, verse 21. It says, "For wisdom opened the mouth of the dumb and made the tongues of them that cannot speak eloquent." So the wisdom that Yahweh Shema Shai has given us, right? He'll make the dumb eloquent. Gotta be thankful, and it's the mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai. With that, I just want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, and the mighty Shalom to the hopeful elect, whoever you may be. And Shalom.